January 29th, 2024 was the best day of my life. I finally achieved something I've been trying to achieve my entire life, but could only recently even put into words. I just knew my whole life the feeling that I was chasing, and I finally found it. Suddenly it all came together. The reason my throat chakra was in such bad shape, the reason I had a constant sense of doom. I had convinced myself these were all symptoms of being autistic. I kid you not. Frequent feelings of existential crisis is actually on the checklist. However, I learned that there wasn't anything wrong with me after all. I was simply dealing with spirit attachments. Yes, I meant that to be plural. There were two. One I've had pretty much all my life. I remember the day it happened. I was about 3 years old. I learned about death, and it suddenly dawned on me that at some point I might not exist. This was false, of course, but this was what I was taught. I was filled with such a sense of dread at such a young age. That must have been when he jumped in. I was huddled under our living room table, terrified. I remember that moment to this day. I now understand what happened because it was very similar to my second experience, which happened a year and a half ago. I thought it was the fight with my brother that triggered my dark night of the soul, but the subject was so trivial. When an intelligent person really thought about it, it didn't make sense that it would cause such a dramatic reaction. However, the feeling was identical to that feeling I had when I was 3 years old. It was a sudden, terrifying moment that took my breath away, that left me spiraling into a deep, cold hell. I had no idea what was happening to me, and had no answers, but the story that unraveled was the most amazing of my life by far. There were very concrete steps that I took that led to me being able to finally release them. I would like to share this experience with others who might be going through the same thing. Raise your vibrations. The first and most important step is to raise your vibrations. This is very difficult because the spirit attachments are quite literally draining you and pulling your vibrations down. However, the practice of raising your vibrations will only make you stronger. In hindsight, it was a great gift. So don't let it worry you, but don't let it win either. There are many ways to raise your vibrations, and there are no wrong ways. Just keep doing the things that bring you joy and that lift you up. Clear your chakras. It's not enough to simply raise your vibrations if your energy is just getting scattered everywhere. You need to utilize that energy to clear your chakras. Start at the bottom and work your way up. It'll get easier as you move up because the cleared chakras below will accelerate the clearing process for the chakras above. The most difficult chakra to clear will be the one where the spirit attachment is sitting. Leave this one for last, but spend plenty of time contemplating what could be out of balance there. For me, it was the throat chakra. I've known something was wrong there since I started meditating, as it was always the chakra I could never clear. There are many ways to clear chakras. Choose the one that resonates with you. For me, it was Sahaja Yoga, Reiki, and then I quite honestly started making up my own hybrid techniques, which actually work the best. Experiment lots and keep doing what works. Make sure you spend plenty of time contemplating what is out of balance. The throat chakra ended up being a bit of an obsession for me. Deal with family and generational trauma. This kind of goes hand in hand with clearing your chakras, as you're not able to properly clear them until you deal with your traumas. However, this is especially important in the context of spirit attachments because they are using your trauma to continue to keep you in a low vibrational state. So it's time to get over it and not let it control your life any longer. That is how you'll be able to raise your vibrations to new heights. Utilize your twin. Whether you like it or not, and whether you want to or not, your twin is going to help you through this process. You don't need to be in physical contact with your twin for them to help you. I barely saw mine. We mostly communicated online. Near the end, we didn't even talk at all. However, the connection was still there because you're connected by cords of energy that is shared between the two of you. I wrote an article here on how to break these cords if they're becoming too painful, but I was never able to break all of them. You're constantly and subconsciously helping each other by providing the energy that each needs. I could feel my twin supporting me. I could feel his deep, unconditional love and support. It's the reason you get so sucked in the first place. You can see through the 3D experience and see the energy beneath, which so strongly resonates with yours. Forget the 3D person and the drama. Focus on their essence and let it cleanse you. Get external feedback. Talk to as many people as you can to get as many perspectives as you can. I had absolutely no idea what was going on or what I was dealing with, but I was incredibly curious and determined to make it go away. Medium was the best thing that ever happened to me. It wasn't a coincidence that I was brought here. I connected with so many people that helped me understand what was happening and how to deal with it. Don't take anyone's advice blindly, though. Make sure it resonates with you and is helping you. No advice is wrong, but it is for a specific situation, imbalance, and is not for everyone. Become your own master. Reiki was great too, but I would recommend going to more than one, as they'll see very different things and help you in very different ways. One Reiki master, for example, didn't provide any useful insights at all, but I had crazy visions and answers each time that I went. Another Reiki master that I met online was able to tell me exactly what was wrong, that there were two spirits attached to me, and where those spirits resided. This was instrumental to me being able to get rid of them. I reached out to so many people without really understanding what I was searching for. I just followed my gut and figured it out along the way. I always got important answers to questions I didn't realize I had. However, don't be offended if people don't respond back. They're going through their own trials as well. Eliminate all doubts. You need to be solid in your truth. Any doubts that are still nagging at you need to be eradicated. You need to be fully reconciled with yourself. Here, I would not recommend reaching out to other people because they will likely confuse you. They won't understand the nuance of your questions, and their answers will be tainted by their own story and situation. What I would recommend is building a very strong relationship with your spirit guides, the archangels, and any gods or goddesses that resonate with you. They were the ones that were able to answer my most troubling questions and who guided me through this entire process. Remember, I had no idea what I was doing. I look like a genius in hindsight, having gone through all these steps to get to where I am. But each one was a hunch. I was just following my intuition, and it ultimately led me here. But I had no idea what the end game was while I was going through the motions, nor did I have any idea that all these things were connected. I just trusted that it would be something good. That trust is so incredibly important. You need to believe that the universe is in your corner, and you need to believe that you have this covered. It might take longer than you'd like it to, but you're definitely moving in the right direction. Keep going. It's going to be such a magical adventure. Thanks for watching.